Behold, dear ladies and gentlemen, according to the mainstream media, this is the face of white supremacy in the United States. A systemic racist country under the watchful gaze of the Democrats. Only in Biden's America can this happen. This powerful wizard by the name of Dave Chappelle has managed to create such powerful spells that are now hurting the trans community. If left unchecked, he is going to conjure up a ritual which can actually create what the media calls a trans genocide. But luckily, there is still hope. There are brave activists right now in the United States fighting for the rights of trans people. They are the last line of defense.
We like jokes! We like jokes! What do we like? We like jokes! Protest now! I'm in charge! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Oh no! I cannot watch this anymore. It seems that our brave social justice activists, the last line of defense, are in danger. They have been infiltrated by the activists of Dave Chappelle. The wizard has bewitched Americans and now have sent them to infiltrate the ranks of social justice. The chain of human empathy is in danger. What can we do? I know what I will do. I will conjure a blessing. I will send to the social justice activists the only thing they need right now, which is intelligence and wisdom. I will enlighten them so that they know how to fight against this evil transgression.
Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter. Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't you have free speech rights? Don't you have free speech rights as all of you? Oh, look, there's such a fire. He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! Oh, you want me to drop my weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
And leave.
There's my weapon.
We're not trying to have any discussion.
I'm not discussing anything.
You're talking about We're trying not to have any discussion.
I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know why all the hate. I just love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle! It's a short comedy. Dave Chappelle. They took my stick. My stick. They took it. My side, I need my poster board. It was $2.99. It was my money. What is that little guy doing?
Did you see? Trans people are now safe. Thanks to my blessing. I know that there are some people that are transgender and they give me donations on Subscribestar. You can up the ante now because I just saved your ass. I blessed the social justice activists with wisdom and intelligence, and they realize, hey, that guy, he's got a sign. We can turn it into a weapon after we break it, and then we can march him out of here. And that is on me. I did this. I kept you safe. No one did. If it wasn't for me, you'd have been in danger. You could have tuned in on Netflix and you could have seen Dave Chappelle's jokes. You could have been exposed to that level of wizardry. But all jokes aside, in case you don't know what's happening, I'm pretty sure that you're in the minority. Dave Chappelle, a comedian, goes on Netflix has an entire skit, immensely popular, hugely popular. Almost everyone heard about it. But a couple of people didn't like it. A couple of people were upset because, you see, in that segment, that huge segment, there is just one line. One line that's a joke at the expense of trans people. So he makes jokes at the expense of white people. He makes jokes at the expense of Jewish people. He makes jokes at the expense of gay people. In fact, the jokes at the expense of gay people were a lot more edgy. I'm surprised the ADL didn't sue. But, okay, fine. So then he makes just one joke about trans people. And what happens is that within Netflix, within the bowels of the woke cathedral, you now have a person that happens to be trans, and they barge in a meeting. Like, they break into a meeting, and they get suspended for that. Now, of course, the media was leaning the titles of every article, trans person at Netflix suspended, as if they got suspended because they were trans and not because they broke in to a meeting. I don't know where you work at. I don't know what you do. But what would happen if you broke into the meeting of your boss? Right, so they get suspended. And then you have a walkout happening at Netflix where all the employees that were upset about it, they're making a walkout. And Netflix fires the person organizing the walkout. You know, this is a brilliant move. Like, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, all right, you get millions of people that enjoy the show. Like, they want to see the show. They want to pay money so they can see the show. But you have a couple of moral busybodies that are less than the 0.1% of the people who watch the show, and they're now doing walkouts. And I was going to suggest, you know, if out of those millions of people who like Dave Chappelle, if only 0.0.0.0.1% would go in front of Netflix to show their support, you would stop these moral busybodies. Because at the end of the day, these people are literally the same like the piety warriors from the 80s. Like, if you don't know anything, before social justice activists, you had piety warriors. You had concerned moms, concerned citizens, and they would make letter campaigns. They would do the exact same style of marches whenever a company would happen to promote someone that happened to be gay, or when they had something that wasn't 100% religious, or they would curse, or they would do something negative. You would have the same people going on in order to protect the good morals of society. And now you have literally the same thing, right? So, because a couple of people don't like it, they get to gatekeep, they get to prevent other people, millions of people, tens of millions of people, from watching what they like. You know, I'm thinking, so their argument is that trans people will get hurt by the jokes, yes? Is that their argument? You know, when I grew up, there was the same argument that certain movies or TV shows, they're very harmful for children because there's high levels of violence, or maybe they talk about sex, or maybe they show drugs. So it's very harmful for children to look at those movies. And you had a disclaimer, hey, get the kids out of the room. Get the kids out of the room. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do the same thing if it's really that harmful, right? I mean, if something is harmful, like, for example, if I have a peanut allergy, I don't want other people not to eat peanuts. No, it's like, just make sure I don't get to eat peanuts. Like, tell me, this cookie contains peanuts so I don't choke to death, right? Isn't that how life works? Like, if it's a small minority of people that are being hurt by something that only they get hurt at, but other people like it, we protect the minority. We don't ban it from the majority. But it's not about that. It's, I guess, you know, when you get a big pee-pee, when your magic wand starts to grow because you impose your will on other people, like, you get a kick out of it. You get to feel empowered. Like, you're not powerful in the real life, but because you get to impose your will on other people, you get to feel good about yourself. And this is what it's about. This is why they're pro. They don't care about trans people, let's be honest. They don't give a shit. There are trans people that I know, again, some of them on my subscribe star, maybe they can up their ante after I defend them, who like Dave Chappelle. So did they poll the trans community? They actually see how many trans people agree with them? Did they? No, because that's not what it is about. Has nothing to do with trans people. Everything to do with showing strength. Like displaying power, displaying strength, It's pretty much like how the nobility would react if a peasant would insult one noble. The nobility wouldn't be offended, but the very fact that a peasant had the audacity, like he had the goal to do it, then the punishment needs to be exemplary. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, I'm going to do my live stream now. Hopefully I'll see you there. Take care.